Ha! Hey everyone, Hassan here. Welcome to the world of Ha. Today, I have a very special review for you. This is a massive review because I got the Lego Super Mario Starter Kit, and I did a video of that, and you all liked it. And then I did the Lego Nintendo Entertainment System, and you all liked it. And you said you wanted to see more Lego Mario figures. So I said, okay, I'll give you more. But do you want to know how much more? All of them. That's right. Every Lego Super Mario expansion set that is currently available, I got it to review for you in one massive video. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to do a rundown of all the expansion sets, and then I'm going to show you my Super Mario course built with all these expansion sets included, and we'll walk through the highlights of all of them. So this is going to be a long one. Get ready, buckle up, strap in. This is going to be really, really fun. I will put one note on this though. I am not including the power-up packs in this video. Instead, I'm going to do a separate video with the power-up packs and also the blind bags. I don't have the blind bags just yet. So the power-up packs and blind bags will be coming in a separate later video. This video is just for the expansion sets. Now, also, another note, I already did the Monty Mole expansion set because I got that as a pre-order bonus from Lego.com for pre-ordering the Super Mario Starter Kit. So, FYI on that. So let's start small to large. And so, first up we have Womp's Lava Trouble right here. And so, this is really, really cool. Classic Womp character right there. You got the little fireball as well. Actually, it shows you right at the top exactly what's included. So you got the Womp, they call it a lava bubble, and that's an actual size right there. And so, really cool, Mario's gonna go through the lava. You got the Womp right there that's blocking the way. Classic character, and I cannot wait to see how the Mario figure interacts with these items. Definitely the type of item that is kind of, you know, and the lava levels are usually like later in the game, right? Leading up to like Bowser and everything. So this will be a fun one to add to my Mario course. Then of course, we have the Desert Pokey Set right here. So speaking of Monty Mole, this one also has Monty Mole in it. And so as you can see right from the top, it's got Monty Mole, but it's also got Pokey, which I don't have yet in the set. So I'm very excited to include that in there. And this one is really, really neat. So as you can see, it's almost like Mario's on this little piece here that swings around, and you can like smash the Pokey, because if you remember in the games, you could shoot like fireballs and things, and one by one, the layers of Pokey would be destroyed. So it looks like they have a similar mechanic here, and I'm excited to see how that, again, interacts with the full course. So there's that. Alright, now the boxes are getting slightly bigger here. We got the Boomer Bill Barrage. Okay, here's the one thing though about the name. Boomer Bill? What is a Boomer Bill? There's a Bullet Bill, and then the bigger one is the Bonsai Bill. So I think this is supposed to be a Bonsai Bill, but they call it Boomer Bill. Is that a new name for it? Or, I don't know, whatever it is, I guess. I don't know. Okay, Boomer, there you go. Shy Guy included as well, which is classic. Don't have a Shy Guy yet, and the Super Mushroom. But I'm excited about this because this is a cool way that they added these Boomer Bills, because it's got this like rotating piece where they're kind of floating around there. So I guess you're going to have Mario going on this course trying to avoid being hit by the Boomer Bills, which sounds like a lot of fun. So I can't wait to add that to the course as well. Then we have some classic Mario characters here. We have the Piranha Plant Power Slide. And so, of course, this is going to come with your Koopa Troopa and Piranha Plant. And that's a actual size Koopa Troopa right there. It looks really, really cool. I love the style of these Mario figures as well. And then the back here shows you, again, it's got the Koopa hanging out down there, but the big feature here is you put Mario in the middle of this little Piranha Plant slide and kind of move it up and down, and he slides back and forth. And the goal is to get some coins without having him go too close to the Piranha Plant and getting bitten by one. So that's actually a really fun mechanic. And there's actually an item block here that adds time to the course, because we're adding so many expansions. In 60 seconds, are we going to be able to go through the entire course, right, and hit all the highlights of each one? That's a lot. So this timer block is going to be very, very valuable in building out our course. Then, ooh, this one I'm really excited about. This is Mario's house and Yoshi right here. So Mario's house, I don't know, is that from a specific game? I don't specifically remember it, but it's just a very basic looking house. Honestly, I'm just excited about Yoshi. It's really, really cool to have him added on here. So you got him and a Goomba in this course. And so from the back, as you can see, Mario's got a little hammock where he can sleep. And it looks like from the screen icon, I see little Z's. So I guess he'll just like take a breather. I don't know if you get coins for resting, or I'm very curious to see how that goes. Yeah, I'm very, very curious. And then of course you have Yoshi right there, which I wonder, does Mario get to ride Yoshi, or does he just go up to Yoshi and like get some ability? I don't know. Looks like the top of Mario's house also has a hidden block with like a star or something. So very, very curious to see what this set is going to add to the course. But it's got Yoshi, which is really, really cool, and I'm excited about that. Now, we're getting even bigger with the boxes here, all right? You ready for this? We have King Boo and the Haunted Yard. Oh man, this is a really, really cool looking set. King Boo, like look at how spooky this is. This one looks so different from all the other Mario sets so far. You got spider webs and spiders everywhere. As you can see, it comes with King Boo. You got a little swoop and a Goomba right there. And the back of the box shows you all the different features. There's so much involved in this set. And I can't wait to add this to the course. It was always kind of scary going to like those other levels and then Boo shows up and everything and you're trying to avoid Boo. So this is kind of adding that to the course, right? A little side level that brings King Boo to the Mario level, which is very, very exciting. And that's not all. We have even more. We have even more. Are you ready for this? This is the Guarded Fortress right here. So this one is adding like this little tower area, which is very interesting. And it comes with a Koopa and a Piranha Plant, but also a Bob-omb. So we got the classic Bob-omb character in here, actual size right there. And again, this is really, really neat. So adding a lot of classic Mario characters. Looks like there's 3 different pathways to get to this guarded tower. One has the Piranha Plant, one has the Koopa Troopa, and one has the Bob-omb. Now, you can of course mix and match and change this up to your liking, but it's kind of a really cool concept of having, you know, different pathways, and you have to decide which Mario villain you're going to go up against. So we'll see how I end up incorporating this into the final course as well, but I'm very, very excited for that. Now, we're keeping this going, we're keeping this going. All right, you ready for this? We have Toad's Treasure Hunt. This is really, really cool. This is an even bigger box here for this set. As you can see, there's a lot involved here. There's multiple little Toad huts, it looks like, which is exciting. And so included in here, you got Toad, but you also have Toadette. So you get both of them here, and a Cheep Cheep. That's another classic Mario character added to the course as well. So really, really cool. It looks like there's a little bridge there, and so you can have the Cheep Cheep sort of flying over the bridge with water underneath, so that's really cool. Toadette's hanging out by a hut. You got Toad there as well. So I'm excited again to see what's going on. There's all these like blocks here with number 1, 2, and 3. So I wonder if you have to go through the course and find each block in order, and if that will give you coins, or you know what the deal is there. There's a lot to do in 60 seconds, so we're gonna see how much of this course we can pack into our final Mario course and see how it ultimately goes. But that's very, very exciting. And that, you think that's all, but that is not all. We are literally, this is almost 9 minutes long, and I'm just giving you the introduction to everything that's gonna be in this video. This is a massive one. All right, we are down to the final set, the biggest and baddest of them all, the ultimate Bowser's Castle. That's right, this is it. Bowser's Castle itself with the one and only Bowser included. This is the final boss level, right? You make it all the way to your course to the very end. This thing looks epic. Oh my gosh, this looks so cool. The giant castle that kind of looks like Bowser. Oh my gosh, this is really, really neat. You have a regular Boo included, Dry Bones included, Lava Bubble, and then of course Bowser, which is awesome. And as you can see, there's just all sorts of stuff here. You do have another timer block. Very, very valuable. It's going to give us more time to complete the course because there's a lot to do. And as you can see, there's a floating Boo there. There's all sorts of components here. There's, oh my gosh, there's just so much in here. I can't wait to build this whole thing out, and we'll start off at like Mario's house or wherever it is and end up in the one and only Bowser's Castle. There is so much to show you. I am not going to be doing an unboxing or a build of all this. It's just too much, and to be honest, my wife's going to be helping me build these sets on the side. We're just going to build it on our own time, and once we have everything built and I construct a course, then we're going to jump to that next so you can see how all of these interact together, and I'll show you the highlights of each one using the Lego Super Mario figure to see how he interacts with everything here. So if you're very excited to see how all this goes, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe now because we have some great content coming. So without further ado, let's jump ahead and see all of these courses, all these expansion sets in action. Alright, I have all of the Lego Mario courses built right here, and I've assembled my own Lego Super Mario course filled with all of these sets together. There's a lot to it, and this is actually really, really cool. Now, first I want to go through and highlight some of the main pieces of some of these sets, and then I'm going to try and do a run through of a course. I will say building a course is a little tricky if you're trying to truly interconnect every piece, because there's just not enough connecting pieces. Now granted, if you have other Legos, you can use those too. I just don't have many other Legos, because it's all just standard Legos. But if they don't necessarily have to be interconnected and just can be kind of side by side, it's not too bad, and you can really jump around. Again, this is the type of Lego course that's like, there's no right or wrong way of playing it. You just have fun with it. And so that's what I want to demonstrate is I'm going to show you some of the functionality that these sets offer. And then we're going to get into the actual kind of playing through a course and just imagining what it would be like, as a kid to kind of play through with these Legos, or even as an adult collector, the fun of interacting with these different sets. So I'm going to try my best to try and use my camera and zoom in on certain things if possible. It's a little difficult because there's certain sets in the back, certain sets in the front, and it's kind of awkward camera angles, so this is going to be very, very difficult, but I'm going to try my best because the only space that I had to do this was on the shelf where I'm ultimately displaying all these too. So let me kind of go through some of the highlights of these sets, and I apologize because I don't remember the exact names of these sets, but starting with, let's turn the Lego Mario on, and I've created a course with the pipe to start right here by his house, by Mario's house. And so there's a hammock here, and what you'll see, if I bring my camera a little bit over here, is he actually is sleeping, or lying down, and he says, "I'm tired," and you can rotate this. I'm trying to also pull my camera, but I have to interact with the Mario figure at the same time, so it's really difficult. But you can kind of see here he's sleeping, and you can rock the hammock. So he doesn't get any coins or anything here, so that's kind of why I set up the hammock there. So that way it's, oops. He's just kind of hanging out at the beginning, and then once he's ready to go, he can go into his house. Now his house has, oh, time to play. You get some coins at the beginning, I didn't realize that. There's a little star up here, so you automatically start off with a star, which is kind of overpowered, but there's a star there. And then I added in Yoshi right here at the beginning, and so what he does with Yoshi is he gets a little heart. I don't know if that's a new level or an extra life or just, some coins, but there's Yoshi. Obviously Goombas, you can stomp on them, they're easy, so that's pretty straightforward. So then, let's kind of take the focus on the back there. Now with the rotating platforms, again, Mario just kind of stands on there. And you get coins as he does that. Now here's something cool that happens if he falls off. Let me show you again. You actually get that sound effect and everything. And I think there's even a case where, let me hit the mushroom. So he's powered up, right? Now watch if he falls off here. He actually loses the super mushroom, I believe. I think. I don't know if I did it long enough. No, he still has it. Hold on. Maybe not. I thought he lost it at one point, but basically, he does kind of fall over, and maybe he loses coins. I don't know, because I haven't actually done it through the app to get coins. Now, in the very back, you'll see, of course, there's the the bullet bills and everything as well. And so the way this works is he stands on there, kind of similar, but as you rotate this, the bonsai bills or whatever they're called, I forgot the exact name. Oh, boomer bills, that's right. They kind of rotate around him. And looks like one of them just knocked him over. There's a Shy Guy in the back as well. So you get some interactivity there, which is kind of neat. Then, coming back to front and center here, I added this little piece with a question mark block. So he gets coins. That came from, I think, the starter set or something. There's a little platform here that goes back and forth. And again, he gets coins for being on it. Well, he lost his mushroom there. All right, and so then you get to the Toad set right here, right? And so the special thing about the Toad set, let me kind of move this out of the way so you can see a little bit better. Or, you know what, let me just lift up the camera. Again, this is very difficult to do, which is by myself, trying to do both the camera and interact with Mario here. But the Toad set, there's a couple things. So one, there's Toad and Toadette, right? So basically he can go and he meets them, gets some coins. He can do the same for Toadette. So you get coins for doing that. Then there's actually a series of 3 blocks, and you get coins if you get all 3 of them. So here you hit the lever, the 1 pops out. So there's a number 1 that appears on the screen there. It was a little hard to see. So you can see the number 1, okay. Then there's another rotating platform. There's these Cheep Cheeps right here. And so what you do with these is on the back there's a sticker to hit them. So you just kind of, you know, just kind of stomp them and it flips over and stuff as you go, which is kind of cool. So then I kind of moved this around. I rearranged the set a little bit, but basically there's a treasure chest here. So you hit it and number 2 pops out. Okay. And then number 3 is right here. So you hit this and you get number 3. So you get a bunch of coins for doing the 3 of those. So that's pretty cool. Now in the front here, I've set up this kind of alternate path, which it has the Monty Mole expansion, which I've shown before. So you can get your super mushroom, which you got to be careful because if you don't do it properly, he thinks he's standing on red, which is fire. So you really have to hit it directly onto the sticker to make sure you get the actual mushroom. Now this, of course, you know, oops, this is not set. So you hit this, then you hit this, and the mole pops out and so on. So there's that. Okay, let me set my camera up on the tripod again for this next piece, because this one's a little bit harder to demonstrate with just one hand. And so with this one's kind of neat, because basically you can set Mario right on this, and it's playing that music, and you just kind of swipe and keep doing this. To knock all those guys over, and then the very bottom one has a sticker, or not a sticker, but a code for him to read there. So that's kind of cool. The way that this one is reloaded is you just kind of slide these back on top of each other like that in the correct order, like so. So there is a little bit of setup on some of these courses, so keep that in mind. Then we have the Piranha Plant slide right here. And so this one's kind of cool because you set them up in there and basically try and get coins. Oop, for keeping him away from the Piranha Plant. But obviously if you fail, well then... So it's kind of cool. And you get the cool music and stuff that goes with it too. There's also a block in the back here that will give you extra time. Now, when you do scan it right now, you'll see there's an exclamation mark, and do it a few times. Is it showing it? Well, one time it showed, oh, there you go, a picture of a phone with the Bluetooth icon, basically saying that, like, by itself, the Mario's not going to do anything because there's no timer. It's not connected to the app to like track your time and play the game. So if you want the timer to actually function, of course, you're going to have to do that. So then we have the set in the back, which has got kind of the 3 different pathways. And so let me see again if I can pick up my camera and demonstrate that. So 3 different pathways here, okay? And so the first pathway, there's a bomb in the middle. On the right side, you got a Piranha Plant, and on the left side, there's a Koopa. So the Koopa's pretty straightforward. You just kind of hit Mario here. Koopa falls over, and on the back of the Koopa, there's a code, which he can hit a few times, and you get the points. All right, the bomb again, pretty straightforward. You just kind of knock him over, and then on one of his sides, he has a code. So the thing with him, right, is you notice that, right? You got to keep doing it before he explodes, right? So let's just have him do something else. Let's knock that over. So you don't want him to explode with the bomb, so you hit it a few times and then move on. The Piranha Plant is kind of cool because basically you sort of stomp this right here, trying to get him to go back into the pipe, which he sort of flipped over. But then inside here, there's a code, which if he were to land in the pipe, the code kind of pops up. So this one's a little tricky because you kind of have to really time this right as well. Almost. Go in your pipe. Alright, let's just say it goes in the pipe. You see how that pops up? Now you can scan the code and get some coins. Okay? Pretty straightforward there. Then lastly, once you make your pathway between one of the 3, you end up in the middle where you can hit the POW block. Opening that up opens the drawbridge. Oops, and I knocked over the POW block, so let me put that back on. So there's a little code back here to scan and get a bunch of coins because you pass through the course. There's also a thing right here that you can step on, and it pops up the flag right there, which is pretty cool. So there's that. Then I moved my Bowser Jr. over to this side, so he's kind of like a midpoint boss. But again, this is one where you just you push this. I don't want to do it too hard, but he'll fall off and then you can hit his back and get a bunch of coins. So there's that. All right, so now moving on to this side here, we have kind of this Boo's Castle area, which is pretty cool. So let me actually move my tripod back here if I can, so I can get some space. All right. And the way that this one works is there's some Goombas here, for example. And I may miss a few things, by the way. There's just so much here that it's hard for me to try and capture everything. I'm probably going to miss some things. But some Goombas at the front that you can step on. So there's that. You can open the gates. And inside there's a little trap with a spider, basically, in the middle. It's a little hard to see, but basically you just kind of step on it, and the spider flips over, and you push the code, get some coins. On the sides, there's not really much to do. I think the sides are more for decor, but really the main thing is this top part right here. Okay, and so the way that this works is essentially you see the little bats on the side, right? They have codes on the bottom, so you have to keep hitting them. And as you're hitting them, watch Boo, and he slowly is pushed upwards more and more and more. Now the tricky thing is I have a gap behind the shelves, so the last time I did this, my Boo fell down there and broke into pieces into the gap. So I'm just going to be a little bit careful here. And I just knocked over these bats as well. That's the downside of Legos as well, is like some of these sets are not super sturdy because, like, right, they are Lego sets. And so it's a little tricky here. Let me try and reconnect this. Okay, I think that should be good. But basically, once you pop Boo out of there, then I'll show you, is on the bottom of Boo right there, there's a code. You hit a few times and you get the points. Okay? So, then, that's pretty much, I think, the main stuff in his set. So then we move on to, I have the Thwomp, is this a Thwomp? I think this is called a Thwomp, right? I always get them mixed up between this one and the giant block that goes down. Or is this a Womp or something? I forget. Whatever it is, it's this dude right here. And so you kind of knock him over, although I knocked him off the shelf. Again, I just don't have that much space. You really need a lot of space for these sets. You can hit the back, get a bunch of points. There's also a P block here, which is right there, and you can knock that over. I'll be honest, I don't remember exactly what the P block does. Yeah, I honestly don't know exactly, what it's gonna do, but I guess he's guarding it, and maybe he gives you points or something. But it's kind of cool looking. But ultimately, that's gonna lead us into, the big one here. So let me grab my camera and bring us all over to Bowser's Castle, which looks pretty great. And so with Bowser's Castle, there's a Boo on this side, and so again, you can have Mario on the side here. And the thing is, as you do this, the Boo actually rotates around as well. Again, a little bit hard to do with the camera in my face. But what I will show you is if you do try and just step on the Boo, it makes a Boo sound, and he doesn't like it. So don't step on the Boo. Be careful. You do have a dry bones right here as well, so of course you can knock him over. And if I'm able to scan his back, let's see. So it did make a unique sound initially. So I do like, all the unique sounds that they do have as well, which is nice. Now this one, actually, the way that you can do it is you just step on the other platform and it, bounces him off, which is kind of cool. Of course, we have the main Bowser's Castle right here. So the way that this is going to work is you're going to stomp on this right here. You're supposed to do it hard enough so that the hand flips over. I don't want to break it, but it doesn't seem to be, maybe it's because I have the camera in my face, but it would stay up like that. There's a coin to give you more time. Then on this side, I'm knocking over dry bones as well. Well, anyways, this is supposed to flip over. You're supposed to get the question mark block as well, which might give you something. Okay, let's try and reset some things here. And I'm knocking over Bowser on accident. Okay, so Bowser sits right in there. So, when it comes time to facing Bowser, right? So, here's how Bowser works. Let me put my camera back on the tripod for this one to see if I can properly hold this. But basically, the way that it works is Mario sits right on the middle. It's playing that music, right? And so what you'll see is you just kind of take Mario and twist him really, really hard so that the whole thing kind of shakes. And as you do that, Bowser kind of slides forward a little bit. I'll just move him forward for simplicity's sake. And though ideally, because I'm also on a shelf, it's very stable, and so it actually doesn't, it's pretty easy. But there you go. So you just kind of knock him over until he sort of falls over like that. And then once he's there, you just you get that sound effect. So yeah, and then, my thought was after you've beaten Bowser, you can hop onto the little cloud here and fly away off to the final piece here, where you jump off and make it to the flagpole at the end. So there's a lot of different interactive elements here, as you saw. You can really make a complicated course, which is really, really cool. And I certainly do appreciate, what they've done here. So with all that being said, I think it's time to actually try this course out. So here's what I'm going to do. This is going to be a little bit of a struggle with my camera and trying to be able to demo it, because I also have to get in front of the camera and be able to manipulate things all within the timer, right? There's a timer for doing all this stuff too. So what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to set the camera back a little bit, okay? And then you're going to see me try my best from the side over here to do some things, and then I'm going to flip over to the other side and try and do some things. We're going to move the camera, go to the other part of the course, and we're going to see how much we can complete in the timer and see if we can actually complete the course. It's probably going to require me to skip a few things. There's also going to be a few things I'm going to skip just because I might kind of just cheat, like with the boo. Instead of like doing the whole thing and making the boo fall out, I might just pick them up and scan it, because I don't want things to fall off the shelf and break. Just practically for my purposes. So this is more a proof of concept type demonstration, okay? So with that being said, let me get things set up here and then we're gonna jump in. All right, I have Lego Mario connected via the app. So we are ready to go with this demonstration here. So let me just get started. Again, I'm just gonna walk through it. And kind of talk through what I'm doing, but just you can kind of follow along and see at least as much as possible for what you're able to. All right, so let's start with him sleeping in this hammock. Actually, you know what, let's just jump right into it. Let's go into the pipe here. 60 seconds on the clock. We're skipping past the house. We're gonna go meet Yoshi. Hello. All right, we're going in the back here. Oops. Oh no, he fell over. Let's stomp on the Goomba. Get this mushroom. Watch out for the boomer bill there. Let's grab the shy guy. Okay. Let's come on back, stomp on the Goombas. Grab the question mark block. Okay. Got the number 1. 13 seconds, what? Meet Toad. Meet Toadette. Get the treasure chest number 2. Number 3. I'm gonna cheat and get the timer here. We're gonna go back on the cart. 26 seconds. Okay. We're gonna skip through, grab this mushroom. Let's go in the back. Hit the castle. Bowser Jr. Let's jump over here. Bring my camera. This thing. Fire. Oh no, I didn't do it. Wait. What? 60 seconds went by way too fast. Only 51 coins? Wow, okay. So that actually was very, very difficult. I could barely even make it halfway through the course. Wow. And so here's the cool thing about the app. If you really want to, design your course and see how well it works, this actually shows you everything that you did to get the points. So it shows you all those, shows you the characters you beat, in what order, how many coins they gave you. Yeah. That's actually really, really cool. You can even title, everything that you did and take a picture of your course. I'm going to delete my creation. I don't need to save it because it was a failure. So that's actually really, really neat. So let me actually jump to the second half of the course and just see what it looks like in the app when I do it. Obviously knowing that, I'm starting all the way at the beginning here. So, all right. 60 seconds on the clock. Going through here. Oh wait, I forgot the Goombas at the gate. I got this little thing with the spider. I can hit these bats. We're gonna pretend like, so I save time, hit the Boo. Alright, I got Boo. Alright, let's go here. Okay, hit him. Okay, so that looks good. Okay, we're good there. Stomp this. Give me some more time. Okay, stomp. Pretend that worked. Put some more question mark block time on there. Alright, we got Bowser right here. Alright, knocked him over. Oh, that he had star power, so that was an easy kill. We're gonna go in my cloud, fly around, and make it over to the flagpole. $63 coins that time. And the app is popping up right now with all the things that I did, as you can see right here. So that is really, really cool. And again, it pops up and it even shows the main bosses that you beat to kind of really highlight it. You can add a title, you can take a picture so that you can save your actual course in the app. I am going to delete it. But that's actually really, really neat. As you saw, I mean, there's lots of ways to interact with it. But if you are trying to legitimately get through a course, you know, and try and, you know, legitimately meaning like, you know, not just like jumping around and like doing kind of all that stuff, but actually walking through the steps of the whole course and doing that whole thing, it is very, very difficult. With the more sets that you get, it's practically impossible to complete the entire thing given the time. So you get 60 seconds. These blocks seem to add maybe like 15 seconds or something, like the extra timer blocks. And so far I've only gotten 2. There's one in the Bowser set, which is at the very, very end. So I guess like if you need a last bit of, you know, a last bit of extra time at the end, excuse me, then you have that. And then there's also one question mark block that I believe came with the Piranha Plant slide, or at least I put it there. It might not have come with that. It might have come with something else. I don't know. But that's it. Those are the only 2 that I currently have, I believe. So wow, yeah, there's. I mean, that's very, very difficult, right? But the cool thing is, again, you don't have to have all these sets. I think the amount of people that are going to get all of the sets is very, very small, right? Like, it gets very expensive. People don't have space for all this, and that totally makes sense. I don't think it's meant to be there so that you have to get everything. So you get a couple sets, and then you can mix and match and really come up with your own combinations, or build a couple of different sets, right? Like you can have a couple of pathways so that maybe one time you play Mario goes down one path, another time he goes through another, right? Also, I should also mention, there's power-ups, right? Add a propeller suit so that Mario can propeller over parts of the course and go to parts of the course that you want. And that way you can just kind of experiment with it and have fun there. I think, honestly, it's going to vary depending on what you're looking for, right? As kids, I think there's so many possibilities to have fun with this set, like with any of these sets. You can mix and match, really interact with it. You can add in your own Lego sets in here if you really want to get crazy with it and come up with some amazing, amazing things to have fun with. I think as an adult collector, honestly, it's going to be a mixed bag, right? I think personally for me, I'm an adult collector. I really like the way that the Mario figure interacts with the sets. So I kind of like having this nice display, and if I want to ever mess around with a piece of the sets or something, I can do that, right? So ultimately, I think it's probably going to come more down to what you have space for and what you want to display. So, for example, the Mario's house one, like that's a pretty cool little set. The Toad stuff is pretty cool. I kind of like, you know, some of these other ones, like the Boo's Castle thing, like I don't remember a specific Mario course based on it, but if you want something kind of Halloween themed or, you know, you got that fun. And of course, Bowser's Castle. That one looks really, really cool. I think that's a great, you know, item to have on display. So, hey, you know, I think it all works together, and it's up to you which ones you would like to incorporate into your builds, right? There's so many possibilities. So overall, I think this is a really, really cool idea, and I'm really liking how it all turned out. And so I think really my advice would be pick and choose a couple of sets that you really want and have fun with those. Because if you want to try and complete a course and build it, you're not going to be able to get through it in 60 seconds. So just have fun with it, enjoy it. That's really what it's all about, right? It's all about the fun. So that is Lego Super Mario. Let me know in the comment section below if there's any sets that you've picked up, or if you've thought about picking it up, which ones are you looking at? I'm curious to know which ones are kind of the more popular sets. But that Lego Mario videos are not done on my channel, because coming up next for Lego Mario, I still have the 4 power-up packs. Maybe these power-up packs will help us get through the course more easily. We shall see. I also do have, I can't remember if I showed this at the beginning of this video or not, but I have the Super Mushroom Surprise. I didn't really open it yet because, like, it's a mushroom and a question mark block, which we already have on the course. I'll add it in at some point. Also, the blind bags. There's a few villains incorporated in here that I don't have as part of these sets. Actually, all of these, except for, I think, like the Babam, we have a different kind of Goomba. This is a winged Goomba. And then this looks like a bullet bill versus the boomer bill that we have here, right? So there's a bunch of new villains in the blind bags. I have 20 blind bags. There are 10 different characters. Will I get all of them? I don't know. If not, I'm going to have to keep buying blind bags until I get all of them. So keep an eye out for that. And then we'll see how those can be added to the courses for some extra flavor as well. So if you did like the video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. This was a huge process to build these sets and film this and try and get this out here for you. So I'd really appreciate it if you give the video excuse me, a thumbs up, comment on the video, let me know your thoughts as well. Thank you so much. As always, stay tuned for more Lego Super Mario content. As mentioned, take care, and I will see you later.